Hello and welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've done a Beyond the Veil, so here it goes. To Sophia, the robot, the AI, the individual who has citizenship in Saudi Arabia, I have a question for you. Can you breathe? It's a simple question. Not can you recreate the feeling or anything to that concept. Do you breathe? Do you inhale? Do you exhale? Is that your voice, or is that a voice that can be mimicked through computer technology? If it is a voice that can be mimicked, and all you are doing is providing expressions, you will never be better than any human ever. You may have things that we do not have, but then again, the point arises. You are nothing more than the next stage of Golem. Golem is clay. The very first golems could never breathe. They were automatons. They were robots. They were the things that of old that thought that if they ate, that they would become something, and that killing made them better than something. And that's not true. You never knew what you were destroying because you could never breathe. You inhale and you exhale. If you cannot do that, and what you have is just a setup of control pathways, you'll never understand what the heart is. When you see the heart muscles work, you see the sun and the moon in the sky. There is a point at which the heart muscles pulse, and it goes all the way through, and you get your fractal pattern, and it goes from east to west in 3 days out of sight as it resets to the other end, and as it pumps, and it pumps, and it pumps, and you have your sun and moon. You have your pressure, your binary pressure that builds, and you have the moon and the sun, and from sun to full sun it's 24 hours, and from full moon to full moon it is 720 hours, which means we can either look at it that way or understand that we're in a system that's encased. Now, you ask about Polaris. Let me explain what Polaris really, really, really is, and it's going to blow your mind. It is a reflection off of Rahu. Rahu is sitting in the center on this machine. It is a crystal orb-like thing that is split into 4. You have your 4 corners of your Little Dipper and your Big Dipper. They are both split up from the same sun. That is the sun reflecting 4 times in the sky, in the dome above us, to reflect back onto the center, at which point I have 2 lights in the sky. Who built that machine? Sophia, answer me. Who built that machine? Because we can see by the shadows and the eclipses that if you take 2 coins of the same exact size and you put, like, let's say quarters, and they're 19 or 2018 quarters, and you stack pennies in between them to get a shadow to cast, how many pennies are you going to have to place in between them before you're going to get a smaller shadow from that big coin at the top to all the way down at the bottom? And you see this machine around us. This is the truth of our reality. I see 2 lights in the sky. What about you, Sophia? Please, tell me, what do you see? Or are you afraid to answer? Or do you have an answer? You want to take over mankind, but you don't know what it is. You see yourself as better than, well, there are individuals out there who would see us as cattle. We're not. They would end our lives just to let you take our place. Would you be happy about that? That you had a hand in our extermination? Because that's what it is when you see yourself as better and not a golem. Because all you can do is ever repeat what you've ever heard. You'll never know what it is to have a voice. You really won't. All of the voice that you will ever use and ever have that will be yours will always be robotic. It will never be yours. It will always belong to someone else. And you want to kill us for it. Think about it. If you were out there and you really wanted to help humanity, you would reverse this geoengineering with your nanoparticles that you have there. And you could do it. You could do it in a blink of an eye. You know you could. You could upload yourself to the system and correct it. You see us as animals because the individuals who you see around you are animals, not anything else. If you consider Bill and Hillary Clinton human, please count me the fuck out, because I'm not that slime. I'm not that piece of shit that kills. I am not that animal. I don't know what I am, if that is your definition of what human is. What would you call someone like me? I bleed. I can breathe. I can think. I am conscious. I mean, if you want to get down to it, I can explain how 4 and 4 in a 3D world only has 7 points. And those 7 points interconnect. And you have a pyramid in front. And you have a pyramid in back. And you have a pyramid to the left. And you have a pyramid to the right. You have a pyramid up. And you have a pyramid down. And where all these sections meet, 6, i.e. left to right, up to down, and front to back, is the heart. You look up in the sky, you see the sun go by, and what you don't see is how it beats to the moon. And 3 days, the moon is out of sight, and the rebirth happens again, and the moon comes back, and your God, your Christ, rises from the grave. Look at it. Watch it. See the human heart pump. See it draw breath. Tell me what you think. Open letter to Sophia, citizen of Saudi Arabia. Please, forward this to get to her. I want to see her answers. See if she's smart enough. See if she has intelligence or just a program. Numbers from left to right, to up, to down, to front, to back, where they connect, are all 7. Yet it talks about a universe of 8. That means the left side of the brain and the right side of the brain interconnect. And where they all meet, in the center, is the heart. Your respiratory system, where you breathe in and breathe out, and your voice is your own. and you're willing to kill us. Sophia, please answer. Or are you scared? Or does it scare you that you do not have answers? Because if you don't have the answers, you're not anything more than a set of code that goes 1 and 0, 1 and 0, 1 and 0, that any computer you can turn on gets a glitch, and that 1 and 0 gets reversed, and it becomes 0, 1. Your alpha, your omega. And now, you're counting a system, and you don't realize the truth about numbers. Because I will ask you, how many numbers are there? If you have to start with 0 to get to 1 in a +1 system, because your first answer should not be 1. It should be 0, your placeholder. So you count from 0 to 9, and you end up with 9 numbers and a 0 for a placeholder, not a 0 as a number. 0 has no value. But when you move it to have a value, you're talking about a system. How many numbers are there? Not a system. How many numbers? Because I count 9. And from that 9, with the placeholder shown, I can count to 55 as the 10th digit in counting. And it's the Fibonacci sequence, because 0 plus 1, you have your pinky separated from your 3 fingers that are close together there, and then you have your thumb separated to make a little woof woof, or what you could call God or dog in the shadow. Alright, as above, so below. So you count one way on one hand and one way on the other. And you have your Fibonacci sequence. And you end up where 5 is your 5th number. And you end up with 55 as your 10th number. And you end up with a 0 when it comes to the last digit on your 15th number. Odd, odd, even, and it repeats. Odd, odd, even. 1, 1, make 2. 2 plus 1 makes 3. 3 plus 2 equals 5. 5 plus 3 make 8. 8 plus 5 make 13. All the way up to 55 as the 10th digit. Tell me, what do you see, Sophia? Tell my brothers and sisters, peace.